I completely expect that to be on the list. Sweet. That makes me happy. Generic intro in the Duck Goes Moo. We're back with some more DBcember. Today we're finishing up the top 12 Dragon Ball techniques with the final 4. You want to check my reaction to the last batch or the last 4 techniques that they showed? I'll leave it right up there. Also link down below in the description. Also be a playlist on my channel with all the other DBcember videos going in chronological order. I might make a compilation video of the entire list but cut out the intro and the outro for the episodes, just make one long video, because you all said that, and I read every single one of your comments, so leave some down below. Like I said, I do read every comment of every single one of my videos, and I do all these videos myself. I edit all these videos, do all the thumbnails, all of that, and I stream 4 times a week. So thank you so much to everybody that's watching the video, everybody that comments and likes and subscribes. Thank you so much. Hopefully I can make your day a tiny little better, because that's what I'm here to do. Shout out to the patrons. They get the videos there early, allow me to have a paywall on the channel, because I'm against paywalls, and I'm here to make you smile, not make you pay, like I said. So I'm excited to get into this and see what the top 4 Dragon Ball techniques are going to be. I really don't know. Is the Kamehameha is definitely going to be in this. What's another one that's going to be in this? I don't think Kaioken. Is Kaioken a technique technically? I'm not sure. I imagine Kamehameha is going to be top 2 at least. That's what I'm saying. But let me know if you agree or disagree. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. All right. Wow, that is a perfectly cut.
When the dub called this the
I was just asking about Kaioken. I was like,
King
is
K.
Kaioken a technique? Boom.
West K and South K and East K. Before meeting the Grand K. And finally, the
Grand
Supreme K. Oh yeah, I guess he never actually met the Grand Supreme K, huh? Actually, in the latest
Jesus.
Super Manga.
Nick.
Can we please get back on track here?
Dude.
Sorry, yeah. So
Nick
the
actually
Kaioken
knows
might
my
seem like
name.
an odd
It's
choice to find on
crazy.
the list, but let's be honest. While it has a singular function, it becomes a staple of Goku's
And
character
it's very
and
dangerous.
the franchise as a whole right after its introduction.
I've only ever seen
It's
Dragon
easy
Ball
to
Z Bridge, by the way.
understand the overwhelming effect of this ability. In its first outing,
case you're new
it helps
here.
to level the playing field between Goku and Vegeta, an opponent far stronger than any Goku had faced before, both in general
even knew of.
and in comparison.
Yeah, honestly. Never before was Goku so completely outmatched, even compared to the fight with his brother. But with a mighty Kaioken,
Oh,
he
yeah.
surprises
Well, he's
the
over
Prince of all
9,000.
Saiyans and makes him bleed his own
Just
blood.
like Kirby's
God damn, it looks
TikTok
cool.
account.
His entire body is enveloped in a reddish purple fire.
Well, also
and
the
it's just amazing to
circumstances
watch.
kind of make it
This is
even
a
more
technique
impressive.
with a flavor all its own, and the ability to give a character such a tremendous boost is not just valuable, but manages to keep Goku alive for a good portion of the series. It's also worth noting that this technique's got a wicked asterisk on it. If you don't
Yeah.
have perfect control, you're likely to ruin your body, and the higher the multiplier you use, the more likely you are to
More
go
like-
nuclear.
Too bad Super
Yep.
Saiyan makes it basically obsolete.
So
within the
Kaioken
manga
is
canon, though,
is a technique.
Which is
Okay,
truly
got it.
unfortunate. A boost of strength at the risk of one's body is very in line with Goku's character, and it's sad
Oh, yeah.
to see it drift away before becoming a non-entity come the Cell Saga.
But there's something to be said about it that truly sets
Yeah?
it apart, that elevates it for us. Maybe it's more than just what we see in the series, but also the unfortunate...
I know
missed
the
potential.
Kamehameha is going to be
Right?
one of the
a
next
technique
3.
that could have been
What are the
taught
other
to
ones?
Ten Shinhan, Yamcha, Piccolo, and Chaozu, that Goku could have taught Krillin or anybody? But for some reason, it's Goku only, and would only come back in Super for what is admittedly a pretty damn cool scene.
Oh.
Yeah, that
All
Super
these
Saiyan
scenes?
Blue Kaioken is a trip, and it's a highlight of the series. A series
Against
I
Hit.
personally find about as appealing as a durian smoothie, but a highlight.
Ooh,
nonetheless.
Durians, no.
Oh, you're just a sucker for climaxes that utilize the opening theme.
Also that.
Speaking of Super and the Kaioken, he does use the Super Kaioken against Paikon. Presumably
What
it
is
only works
Paikon?
because I guess he's dead.
And apparently, Super Saiyan 4 Xeno Gogeta can use it in Super Dragon Ball Heroes.
My boy!
Okay, dude, keep it in your pants.
Never!
Honestly, it's
He-
just
he
impossible
loves Heroes,
not to give
doesn't
this
he?
technique its due. There's nothing else quite like it in the series, and while its use is inconsistent,
Wait,
it's
I'm
part
trying
of
to think
Goku's
what the
character
other 3
more
are
than
gonna
almost
be.
Any other technique, it looks fucking awesome, and it's generally badass.
Is
Also,
fusion a
this is
technique?
gonna sound so dorky, but when I was younger, whenever I had to force myself through something physically intense, I would whisper
Kaioken.
Kaioken under my breath, and depending on how much I was struggling, I would add a higher multiplier.
Holy shit. That's so relatable, it hurts.
Hey,
Yeah.
Never gets the job done.
That's admirable.
Top 3, where it at?
It's time
Spirit
to drop a bomb.
A
Really?
Spirit
With-
bomb.
Even
You know,
with the amount
bomb is fun
of
to
buildup
say,
it takes?
But Spirit Bomb's a real cool fucking name.
And a real cool fucking technique.
The Spirit Bomb is one of the most unique out of all the energy attacks on this list.
I guess
in
it's
that it
only
requires
3
multiple
because-
people to work properly. And not just people, but all living things on the planet, and sometimes even surrounding planets.
Or even the entire universe!
This is another Goku staple, and it is
Of course.
a doozy. Taught to him by King Kai, it gathers up energy from surrounding life and weaponizes
Spirit
it
bomb.
against evil.
I'm
And I
guessing
mean
it's number
that
3 because of the build-up.
only way
That's
to
my
either
guess.
utilize or survive this technique is to have a pure heart. Otherwise, your bitch ass is SOL.
It is a true ultimate attack in a lot of ways. If any factor falls short, the attack won't be strong enough.
I'm
Hell,
really
even
trying to
against
think of what-
Vegeta and Frieza, it
what I'm
doesn't
not
quite
thinking
finish
of.
the job, though it does help push them closer to victory. And it did manage to finish off both Buu and Omega Shenron.
And 4 whole movie villains? It's his fucking Rasengan in those movies. I won't lie though, my favorite
Yeah.
has to be movie 7. He goes Super Saiyan and can't maintain the actual ball, so he absorbs it into himself, and his sheer aura
They
is
showed
enough
that
to
in the
start
fight, didn't they?
disintegrating Super Android 13. Also, this face will follow you into your nightmares. You're welcome.
And the
What do you mean
climax
nightmares?
against
That's
Buu is
it's fine.
one of the best
Reminds me of
in the
Gohan
franchise.
versus Cell.
While it's true that the Buu saga itself is one of the weaker arcs, the insane final battle and climax are a treat, and the Spirit Bomb was a fantastic catalyst for that. Finally getting the W and
What am I
eliminating that
not
pesky
thinking of?
powerhouse for good. It's also worth mentioning that it's the impetus for Ultra Instinct, one of our favorite forms in the entirety of Dragon Ball.
It also makes
Yeah,
sense that
it
only
looks
Goku
dope.
can use it because of his pure-hearted nature. Although it might have been cool to watch Gohan make one. We know he's pure-hearted enough because he can ride the Nimbus and he was able to ricochet it back against Vegeta.
Hell, Krillin was able to hold it and even throw it. Are we sure about this whole pure-hearted thing?
Yeah,
Or
well,
did
I mean,
King
what's wrong
Kai
with
just
Krillin?
say that so he wouldn't have to teach it to the humans?
King Kai.
That's fair.
Racist or just lazy?
He's a deity, so
Yes.
I'm gonna assume 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Point being, the Genki Dama is
What?
awesome, top to bottom. And while it's not always the most effective, it definitely gets its due, and is a staple of Dragon Ball. While
And
I
you use it in, like, the
personally
biggest moments.
wasn't a huge fan of it making it this high on the list. It's impossible to ignore the cultural impact this technique has had.
Jiren
and its
just
history in
stares
the
at it.
franchise.
It also, like, way hikes up Goku's kill count when it comes to the movies.
Oh yeah, no room for mercy there. Actually, most of the films end up with Goku straight up icing his opponents.
Yeah, no, what's more amazing to me is how
He
many
does.
deaths he's responsible
never
for
seen any.
as a child.
Are we still sure about this whole pure-hearted thing?
Yeah, are we sure? Is Goku really a pure heart? It is pure. Dude! Yes!
Are Lirin!
Damn, last
We
one
did
I'm
not
passing
need
over
that.
here.
Just wait for Xenoverse 3!
They're talking
So,
together.
probably didn't even expect this to be on the list.
I
That's
completely
number two.
expect that to be on the
Most
list.
People don't even consciously consider fusion as a technique, but it
Sweet.
absolutely is, and
That
we
makes me
think it's
happy.
one of the coolest in the entire franchise.
We're cool as
Okay, I am not doing this entire entry alone.
Do it.
I'm fused.
fine.
Oh, 29 minutes later. Wait, does it only last for 30 minutes?
Oh, you do?
All right, so there's a bush, but we're not gonna beat around it. Fusion loses more battles than it actually wins. At best, it's used to progress
What?
the story,
It just-
and at worst, it's a
New
marketing
characters.
tactic to sell more toys. It only ever kills Janemba and manages to defeat Broly in the Super movie.
Damn, Kaiser, really making
Yeah.
a case for the entry here, aren't you?
You have to get this out of the way because it's the
So that
biggest
means
argument against it.
number
Once you've
one
taken
is
that
gonna
argument
be-
into consideration. There's
at-
all the positives left for Fusion, both within the universe itself and the fandom and franchise as a whole.
Like how Fusion is quite frankly an ingenious and super fun way to gain a power-up. Instead of giving some bullshit power unlocking ceremony for the 3rd time in the series or just going through the same damn training for the billionth time, Toriyama found a way to mix
Market.
up the old formula by having characters fuse
I mean, it's only, what,
together,
154
which,
video
you know, given
games?
Japan's love of all things that combine is not too surprising.
And the best part is, these fusions are usually a ton of fing fun. To be frank, I'm not a fan of Kid Trunks or Kid Goten. They're barely actual characters in the story, and while they're harmless at best, they're annoying and shallow at worst. But when Gotenks hits the scene with his swag-ass vest,
Gotenks.
it was suddenly a factory for creative techniques and silly exploits.
Galactic Donuts, Ultra Boo Boo Volleyball, Super Ghost Kamikaze Attack,
Bitch,
What?
I desperately thought to be on this list.
Die Missile Barrage,
dude.
and more. He
Die
comes out
Die
swinging with
Missile
more fun and
Barrage?
fanfare than any other character in the entire arc.
I'm
And while
just
he doesn't
what?
quite get the job done, his existence is all due to Fusion.
But the fun doesn't stop there. Vegito also hits the scene.
I think
with
he
the
just liked the
Katara
creativity
version
of it.
technique, which may not technically count as a technique, but we think we can fudge the rules on this one a little. Vegito is one of the best
Go for
fusions
it.
in the series. He's incredibly cocky, but has every single bit of power to back it up. His outfit is an inverse.
Then is he really cocky?
His gloves and boots and some
Or is he just
killer
no?
bangs. And his bit-by-bit takedown of Boo is one of the most entertaining fights in the entire Boo arc.
And he'd even come back in Super, as would Gogeta, originally from movie 12, to beat the living tar out of Broly in Super Broly. Oh, and in GT as Kieran's husbando. And, of course,
What?
you can't forget
Husbando?
about K-Flow, one of the best fusions in the entire franchise.
They are the legendary
Oh, that's
Super Lesbian.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, that outfit.
They were in a Cell
Girl, leave
versus
the
video.
yoga pants at home. Ugh.
But like we said before, it's not just about the in-universe usage, it's about how it affected the franchise as a whole. Tell me, Kaiser, is there a Dragon Ball Spirit Bomb game?
No, Kieran.
No.
I don't think there is.
Lanny, is there a
But-
Dragon Ball Makambo game?
Besides the
Nah.
minigame in Budokai? Nah.
Well, do you know what there is?
A fusion.
Dragon Ball Fusions game, motherfucker!
For
They made an entire
3DS.
game out of fusing. You want classic staples like Gogeta,
Which
and
was
Vegeta?
in their DBcember for
Want
games,
the fun
wasn't it?
What ifs you've come to know and love like Peridin and Tiencha? Easy.
Yeah,
Want your
'cause
old
you could
school
do
fan
anything.
fiction With
Yeah.
Gohanks and Yinks? Come on, stop being boring. How about Selza, Gorus, Majin Satan?
Like all
Great
the
Saiyaman mixed with Captain Motherfucking Ginyu? The list goes on.
Dragon Ball's fusion has also inspired
It's basically
an
just,
entire
you know,
generation of
it's
fan art,
like-
t-shirts, and even
Yeah.
shows like Steven Universe, taking the idea and running with it in its own
Steven
brilliant
Universe.
way.
There's a death
the
battle for
sheer
that.
reach of the fusion technique is pretty
Cleveland
nuts.
Browns.
Possibly
Who-
overshadowed by
I don't know
only
who those two
one
players
other
were.
Technique, which, at this point, we're sure
Come-
you've been able to suss out what it is.
In terms
Even
of
I know what it
power-up,
is.
It's unrivaled. In terms of creativity, it's a wellspring of opportunities to explore crazy, fun ideas. It's a simple
like
technique that introduced
fan
so
service,
much
but
to the franchise. And for that,
ship-wise,
happy to
kind
have
of.
it at number 2.
But
Hey,
fighting.
Kaiser, you want to try?
Oh man, yeah, sure. Okay, cool. All right, I'm ready.
Oh god, they just had to do this. I've done that with a stripper before.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Kaiser, you got the angle wrong!
Wait, what? You can get the angle wrong.
If you were a kid and you watched Dragon Ball,
Even
and
I
never
do this.
practiced the Kamehameha at least once, you are a fucking sociopath.
I think what Kieran is
I
trying
wasn't
to
as a
say
kid.
is the
I do it as an
Kamehameha
adult.
is perhaps the most important and ubiquitous technique in all of Dragon Ball. And while it might be a boring pick at number 1, it's also earned that spot by being a hallmark of not only
Oh, it's
Dragon
boring.
Ball, but the anime community for over 30 years and beyond.
From the
I
obligatory
knew about
chant
it
to the classic
before.
pose, to the destructive
Before
force
I
of
knew
its big,
Vegeta existed.
throbbing beam. The Kamehameha is a part of Dragon Ball's.
Because I used to think Vegeta was
It
like
is
a
where
different
all
form
key
of
attacks
Goku.
Were birthed from, and truth be told, where all key attacks return.
Named by Toriyama's wife, and a direct reference to the House of
Chan?
Kamehameha, a dynasty of Hawaiian kings, the technique is the absolute first ki blast we see in Dragon Ball. First delivered by Master Roshi, then copied shortly after by a young Son Goku.
And thus would become a staple of Goku's character, his signature move, to the point where
And
fans
then
of the series
Gohan
would
could do
look
it
at
with one
other
arm.
characters' move lists and wonder, what's their Kamehameha? I still maintain that the Gallic Gun is Vegeta's, but I digress. It would feature in some of the most climactic and dramatic moments in the series, including his battle against Vegeta, Gohan's last stand against Cell, Goku's
Yeah.
climax against Hit in the Universe 6 tournament.
Notice how they're
Even
showing
when
footage
it's
from this and
part
not
of
like the
climax,
original.
It's being used all throughout the movies and series to thrilling effect.
Part of the reason it remains such a staple of the series is partially due to its simplicity. You charge, you fire, and you hope it did the trick. But
It's also
in that
just catchy
simplicity
as well.
comes versatility. Do you know how many versions there are of the Kamehameha?
No.
Whatever number you just thought, it is probably way too low.
How
You
many?
have the original
many?
Kamehameha. You have the one-handed Kamehameha. You have
Yeah.
the Tarantino Kamehameha.
Kaioken Kamehameha, Kaioken Multiplier Kamehameha, Big Bang Kamehameha, Final Kamehameha, Black Kamehameha.
10 times Kamehameha, Burning Kamehameha, Atomic Kamehameha!
How many times can you say this word?
Kamehameha!
Oh god, he loves
Hey,
dragons.
remember in Evolution where they called
No,
it air
no.
bending?
Oh my god, they did! And it looked
No,
like a bunch
no,
of cheap
no,
particle effects.
no.
Also,
No,
it had like
no.
0 kickback, so you could literally
No.
jump toward your opponent mid-blast. Like, what?
Oh
No.
my
No.
god, that movie's
Just no.
such a used barf bag.
While the Kamehameha's appearance
now.
in the live-action movie might not
I've
have
seen
been
the
a great
nostalgic
example,
review of
it's
that.
impossible to ignore all the homages, parodies, and straight-up rip-offs the technique has inspired to this very day. Just
I
can't
really
tell me the
enjoyed this
Hadouken
video.
Wouldn't look exactly like it does right
I'm
now
happy.
if it weren't for the Kamehameha, or Lina Inverse's Dragon Slave, Lucario's Aura Sphere, just to name a few.
You cannot escape.
do love
the
Lucario.
Kamehameha.
Especially if you use the instant Kamehameha. It sounds
With
like
the
a
instant
stovetop
transmission.
Kamehameha. Just add key! What's next? Family-size Kamehameha?
Low-fat Kamehameha.
Chocolate Kamehameha.
Chocolate.
There's so much that could be said about the Kamehameha, but to be honest, it's been said a million times by a million different people. And
What if they
that's
made a
kinda
toy
what
for the
makes it
Kamehameha?
So crazy, so amazing, and our #1 pick.
Wow, is that
I
it?
agree with this.
I felt like we'd have more
Do
to
you
say.
agree with this?
I know, right? The most famous move in all of Dragon Ball, and maybe anime, and I feel like we're selling it short.
Honestly, I think there's only one thing left to say, guys.
Right. But first,
Yeah,
before we go,
what?
thanks for joining us for this year's DBcember.
Yeah, what
I'll
do
be
you guys
back
think?
next week with
Hey,
the
how many
next
moves
one.
you think should have made the top 12? Any moves that you think shouldn't have been on here?
Any suggestions for next year's DBcember? Make
Can
sure to
tell
give
ya.
us your feedback in the comments.
Until
think I only
next
have,
year,
what, 2 more
we wish
to
a
do?
Merry Christmas, a happy holidays, and a happy
2020,
New Year to every single
2021,
one of you
yeah.
beautiful people for helping us celebrate Dragon Ball once again.
All right, guys. You ready?
Ready!
Nah. That's cool. That's cool they animated this. What is it? Is the next one like sagas or something? I don't know. I forget what the next one is supposed to be. There's all the shirts. I need to get Kirby the Alexander Anderson Crusade shirt. Right, thanks Ceratops. Oh god, and the vehicular source. I'm trying to convince her to watch get her to watch Dragon Ball Z Bridge, or react to Dragon Ball Z Bridge with me. So, Shark Robot, where would you like? Look at this, all the shirts. I'm trying to think of what next week's is going to be. I'm not really sure, but come back next week for the next DBcember. Patreon give videos there early. Love me to have a paywall channel because I'm here to make you smile, not make you pay. Hopefully, I made your day better. I'm actually really happy, really happy after this video because I actually was familiar with all of these moves. I actually knew about them, even though I never saw fusions in Dragon Ball Z Bridge or anything like that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, because we saw number 4 was Kaioken. We saw that Dragon Ball Z Bridge. Number 3 was what was number 3? What was number 3? I knew it was something on here. I heard. Oh, was it Spirit Bomb? Yeah, it was Spirit Bomb, which you see in Dragon Ball Z Bridge. 2, which was Fusion, which was not in Dragon Ball Z Bridge, but they talk about it a lot in the past DBcembers, and also it appears in Cell Versus and stuff like that. And then Kamehameha. I even knew about Kamehameha before I knew anything about Dragon Ball. I remember literally, I only 2 Dragon Ball characters I knew was Goku and Beerus. That was it. I seen Vegeta on t-shirts, and I've just thought that was Goku in a different form or something. So that just shows you how well known the Kamehameha is. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it made your day better. I read all the comments, leave some down below. I hope to see you back for the next video, but until then, take care and cue the music.
We were playing